Well, to get off thinking a little bit, I brought Shel Silverstein. I wanted to read a couple from him. Yeah. Where the Sidewalk Ends, if anybody's never heard of it. Or if they have, that's fine too. But actually, he wrote a couple in here that are a little, they're for kids, but they could be read to adults and be okay. One's called Ma and God. God gave us fingers, Ma says, use your fork. God gave us voices, Ma says, don't scream. Ma says, eat broccoli, cereal, and carrots. But God gave us tasties for maple ice cream. God gave us fingers, Ma says, use your hanky. God gave us puddles, Ma says, don't splash. Ma says, be quiet, your father is sleeping. But God gave us garbage can covers to crash. God gave us fingers, Ma says, put your gloves on. God gave us raindrops, Ma says, don't get wet. Ma says, be careful, and don't get too near to those strange, lovely dogs that God gave us to pet. God gave us fingers, Ma says, go wash them. But God gave us coal bins and nice dirty bodies, and I ain't too smart, but there's one thing for certain. Either Ma's wrong, or else God is. This one's called Lester. Lester was given a magic wish by the goblin who lives in the banyan tree. And with his wish, he wished for 2 more wishes. So now instead of just 1 wish, he cleverly had 3. And with each one of these, he simply wished for 3 more wishes, which gave him 3 old wishes, plus 9 new. And with each of these 12, he slyly wished for 3 more wishes, which added up to 46. Or is it 52? Well, anyway, he used each wish to wish for wishes till he had 5,007,018,034. And then he spread them on the ground, and clapped his hands and danced around, and skipped and sang, and then sat down, and wished for more, and more, and more. They multiplied while other people smiled and cried, and loved and reached and touched and felt. Lester sat amid his wealth, stacked mountain high like stacks of gold, sat and counted, and grew old. And then one Thursday night they found him, dead, with his wishes piled around him. And they counted a lot and found that not a single one was missing, all shiny and new. Here, take a few, and think of Lester as you do. In a world of apples and kisses and shoes, he wasted his wishes on wishing.
Pretty clever.
This last one, I'm going to close my little second round thing. I'm going to read. It's called "Poem to James Schuyler." It's Frank O'Hara. This is a really good poem. It's fantastic. It's called "Poem." There I could never be a boy, though I rode like a god when the horse reared. At a cry from my mother, I fell to my knees. There I fell, clumsy and sick and good, though I had bloomed on the back of a frightened black mare who had leapt windily at the start of a leaf, and she never threw me. I had a quick heart, and my thighs clutched her back. I loved her fright, which was against me, into the air, and the diamond white of her forelock, which seemed to smart with thoughts as my heart smarted with life. And she tossed her head with the pain, and pawed the air, and champed the bit, as if I were Endymion, and she, moonlike, hated to love me. All things are tragic when a mother watches, and she wishes upon herself the random fears of a scarlet soul as it breathes in and out, and nothing chokes or breaks from triumph to triumph. I knew her, but I could not be a boy, for in the billowing air I was fleet and green, riding blackly through the ethereal night towards men's words which I gracefully understood. And it was given to me as a soul is given the hands to hold the ribbons of life, as miles streak by beneath the moon's sharp hooves, and I have mastered the speed and strength which is the armor of the world.